Alright, this is take two. Let's see if we get anybody this time. Oh, there we go. That's better. I'll put this down now. Oh, Diesel Dog. I just restarted it. I did one and I was waited over 5 minutes, literally. I started messing with something else, and then here y'all come when I restarted it. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Hit that like button on your way in, boys and girls. What we got now? Let's see. Jason, Diesel Dog, and Cowboy. I used to work with an old boy named Cowboy. That was his nickname. Big old lanky rascal from Texas. I worked with him in Georgia. Then he moved to Tennessee. Andre, what's going on? He was a crane operator. When I worked with him, he was going through his final stages. Because after you get your license, you have to be licensed to be a crane operator. Then you got work as an apprentice type deal, doing small stuff, work your way up to the bigger cranes. Well, once he got into the bigger cranes, he got into the money. Wrong one. That one. JJ, what's up? Met a oversized guy tonight. I hope he will get on the group with us. Damn, y'all didn't even check your cows. She stopped here in a pickup with a trailer full of cows. Been here a good 5+ minutes. I would have thought she would have walked back and looked at her calves before she took off, but evidently not. A guy named Cowboy I used to work with. I don't know his real name or anything. That's how it was out there. All I ever knew about was Cowboy. I started to go to crane school. I wish now I had of. After I lost my son, moved to Texas, bought our little place. I was going to go to crane school and I just couldn't afford it. It wasn't that much for the school, but between it and the days off for the school and then taking a lesser paying job till I got experience, I just couldn't afford it. And I knew trucking, so I clubbed my butt back up in a truck. Jim Dunn. She going to bed. I just hung up with her. I usually call her before I get online here and let her know I'm doing a live stream. Which anymore, I was talking to her while I was eating dinner back there. And told her I didn't know what I was going to do tonight. She said, yeah, you do. You going to make a video or do a live stream or both? Okay, you talked me into it. No. She get my routine down. What up, Sean? I'm in Grant, Oklahoma again. Y'all get the idea? I travel the same path and end up stopping pretty much in the same places. I had less than an hour on my 11. No, I didn't. I had less than 2 hours on my 11 and less than an hour on my 14. So, y'all hit that like button. That gum, 12 of you and 5 thumbs up. What's up with that? Night transportation. Let us know how that goes for you. Which time? I've been in and out of Texas all my adult life. This time we've been there about 5 years. I was there about 3 years before that. Got offered a job in Georgia that was too good to be true, and it was. Went there to run a business for a guy. It was a pretty shady business, and I said, no thank you. I stuck around about 2 weeks to check out the operation, and it wasn't for me. So I clumped my butt back in a truck then too. There's one good thing about your CDLs, boys and girls. If you got a CDL and a clean driving record, if everything else goes to crap, you can always get in the truck. Might not be the best truck, might not be the best company, but you can go to work making money and take care of your family. And then you start looking for something better. I've done it more than once. You grab hold of the first door handle that's available and get to making money and move on up that chain. Find something better and something better. Yeah, I trained my wife and her friend, and I've trained my brother. I've trained about 3 different people. It's a pain in the butt. Jim, I don't know what you put up. What up, Chase? Jim done sending me messages instead of just saying it on here. Let's find out what he got to say. Your subscribers have been asking for autographed posters of me. I'm thinking about this one. Y'all see that bottom one? Want to be cowboy? Now, how many of you want that autograph poster? The hell of it is. See the price tag on the stuff? He didn't even buy it. He's using somebody else's stuff. Dadgum. Damn tightwad. Well, thank you, Chase. Keep my boy in your prayers too, Little Joe. He's got opportunity at a real good job. So if you keep him in your prayers for that, I'd appreciate it. Oh, this is automatic. I like automatics. If I have my way, this is all I'll drive. Yeah, Jason, he's gonna have to pay you to get one, huh? Thank you, Chase. There you go, JJ. All right, Jim Dunn, there you go. You got people wanting it. Now you're going to have to send it over there to JJ. Put it up on your wall so he can copy it, use it for extermination. For Fred, who's Fred? Oh, man. Well, thank you, Chase. It ain't always been this way, I tell you that. The good Lord does good things to us if you open yourself up to Him. Actually, Marcus, that's what my best friend Pork Chop did. You watch some of my older videos or go into my blog, my cooking blog. My best friend Pork Chop, he was a professional Santa Claus. Oh yeah, I've been to Canada more than I can talk about. I've been up there where it was over minus 50 degrees below. My truck froze up driving down the road. I've been to Canada. Hauling boats, no doubt. Why in the world do you want boats in minus 50 degree weather? The water is frozen, people. Been a long, hard day, though. I picked up that load I was telling y'all about that two different drivers tried to get yesterday. They couldn't pull it off. See, now there's a young kid. He got his seat so low, there's no way he can see over that dash. I mean, he can't do it. But he got him a long-nosed Peter car. I think I got shoes older than that boy. I know Grandma does. But she got a fancy pair of cowgirl boots. I know they're older than him. Daniel, what's going on? Well, if I answered your questions, you're welcome, brother. Well, Lone Wolf, that tanker is all in how you drive, man. You got to be a smooth shifter and smooth at taking off and stopping. Yeah, tankers, that's a special breed of driver right there. But now don't give up on trucking just because tankers didn't work. There's plenty of other things to try. Try the bulk tanks. The bulk tanks ain't so bad. Oh, I'm pushing 30 years. I don't know, damn sure over 25. I started in 92, so 25. And that's an approximate on both of them. So I'm still a rookie. You're a rookie until you retire. When you retire, then you know everything. Oh, it's pick on Jim Dunn night. He started it. He sent that damn thing to me. Yep, 6 weeks. Actually, 3 weeks. Well, there you go, Lone Wolf. If it didn't feel right, it didn't feel right. What are you looking at doing if you don't mind us asking? Well, Well, Daniel, have you watched enough of my videos? Do you know my response to that? Oh, I drive a plastic Peterbilt. And that training ain't what you think. Just like Lone Wolf was talking about the tankers and being behind the wheel just wasn't right for him. Training takes a special breed too. Well, that's cool. Is that what you're going back to, Lone Wolf? Well, he's still kicking. He's still around for us. Must be talking about Jim Dunn. He don't drive a Peterbilt, but his truck is pink. I can't argue with that, Lone Wolf. You'd still be on my channel, man. You'd still visit with truck drivers. And you guys that are in school and all that, please share my channel with your fellow students. They might pick up a tidbit here and there, and the subscriber count going up a little bit won't make me mad. Well, you never know till you try. You know, well, you tried. Oh, and it ain't because you couldn't do it. It just don't feel right. And trucking is a special breed all of its own. You either like it or you don't. I mean, I did correctional work. Okay, I wasn't deputy marshal, but I did correctional work. That was not for me. Hell of it is, I met some convicts in there that was better people than some of my co-workers. That's a backstabbing bunch of people, and I ain't talking about the convicts. Ain't no such thing anymore, Sean. Running out here like Grandma here, you talking about beating a dog. You don't live that far away. Yeah, well, there's only so many promotional spots was our problem. I'm sure it's the same where you're at. And people will try to set you up and backstab you, do whatever they can to get that one promotion. And I ain't that kind of person, so I knew I wasn't going to make no rank. Now, I didn't like the politics in it. Heard more politics than you'd shake a stick at. So I totally understand not liking what you're doing and going to do something else. That's how I got into trucking. And don't start badmouthing me, Daniel, calling me a pro and stuff. Next you'll call me a truck driver. I'm a freight relocation engineer. Don't make me call Grandma, JJ. She'll put a knot on your head, make your hand not even touch your hair. Don't think that rowdy little Texas gal can't do it. See? I ain't got no hair left. If you could feel that, man, they're just little all up and down it. All right, Peter Carr, you can come back out and leave now. You got them damn 8-inch straight pipes on or whatever they are, and just sitting over there roaring. I don't know if y'all can hear it or not. I like parallel parking. Parallel parking's fun. How many of your classmates have you told about my channel? Well, I do put her in her place, but she gonna put you in your place. All this, we just call that foreplay. Whips and chains. And dirty names. Oh no, I'm in Oklahoma. I don't go to Canada with this company. I went up there when I was hauling boats. I hauled boats for 3 years. I went up there hauling boats. And boy, did they take a lot of boats. Uh-huh. Well, that's what I was telling you about that simulator. If you got one of them available, oh man, take advantage of it. Big time, take advantage of it. Okay, that was you asking about the shifting and stuff. I don't remember names worth of anything. I answered you in a couple of different videos, man, so I mentioned that shifting in 2 or 3 different videos. So go get on that simulator and grind some gears. We'll rename you Gear Grinder. Oh, I know, JJ. I just busted your chops, man. And that's what I was saying this morning with the old man. He's never been a dog to go potty in the house. But here of late, he ain't made it outside, and Grandma can't bring herself to even yell at him and scold him for it. You know, he's going on 16 years old. You know, that's old. So she just cleaned it up. Well, you gotta get past that nervous stuff. These trucks might be intimidating because of their size, but I'll tell you the truth. If you've ever drove a pickup with a bumper pull trailer or a gooseneck or any of that, all that stuff is harder to maneuver than this big truck. That's a fact. This big truck, once you understand the concepts and you get past that intimidation stage, man, these things are a piece of cake. But so many people let them intimidate them because of the size. Michael, what's up? Yeah, I shut down an hour ago, hour and 11 minutes. Still 215 miles from the yard. I'm over here in Grant. He's just training you, JJ. Yeah, you will. These people tell you they never grind a gear. I don't believe them. Marisa. I'm trying to read your name to pronounce it close to right. Female trucker here. Been trucking for 5 years. New subby, and I truly respect and appreciate your honesty. Yes, you are definitely on point with everything. Stay safe, driver. Well, thank you for the flowers. Thank you for subscribing. Good luck in your career. Stick around and chat a little bit. Make comments on my videos. Help others out. People do read the comments. Kale today made a couple comments on a couple of them. I like it when I see y'all interacting on the older videos. That's a good thing. Well, you're quite welcome. That's the truth, Michael. There you go, Daniel. He's speaking the truth at you. And you got to quit forgetting to tell the others about me, man. Shifting's like dancing. I can't dance, but I can shift. It's all in your timing, man. It's all in your timing. And once you get out on the road and in your truck, if you listen to your truck, it'll tell you when to shift. In the beginning, you're going to be watching your RPMs to make sure you're in the right range. But after a little bit, you got to learn to forget that, watching that RPM, and just listen. And the truck can tell you by the sound when to shift. It's just like dancing. Listen to it. Step, step, step. You'll catch on. Especially with the desire. You obviously have a desire, so, you know, just quit letting it intimidate you, dude. It ain't a big deal. Oh, no, I stay humble. Good Lord says stay humble. I thought parallel parking was fun. Just like the serpentine, where you got to back around the barrels backwards. Oh man, I love that one too. If you master those, you've done good. See, now the pre-trip was hard on me. Memorizing all that nonsense and its names, oh man. Just ignore JJ, he's a troll. Well, the thing about double clutching is you need to learn it for school. You need to learn it for your test. You will get into situations, I call it no man's land, where you don't have your RPMs right, your speed right, your gear right. You'll be double clutching to force it into a gear there. A lot of companies, when you go to take your road test for them, you need to ask whoever's taking you out for the road test, you want me to float or you want me to double clutch? A lot of them want you, well, some of them want you to double clutch. If you happen to go out with a real truck driver that's made it into the office, he's going to tell you, do whatever the hell you want to do. Just drive a truck. Let's go. Carlos, what's up? It will. Have you been out a little bit, Michael? Like you said, cut you out a piece of cardboard big as that deal for your RPM and stick it over it. Cover it up. Just listen. And the motor will tell you, the truck could tell you when to shift. There's no second guessing. You'll know. So the gist of that is while you're watching that RPM gauge in the beginning and seeing that you're in the right field, you need to be listening to that motor, listening to that truck and that transmission. And when the gauge is telling you, you need to be hearing what the gauge is telling you. Then after a couple of weeks of doing it with that, you need to start either not watching it or cover it up to not watch it and shift out by the sounds. I know you're rude, JJ, but we love you anyway. Well, my suggestion to you, don't worry about floating and skipping gears until you got your regular double clutching and all that stuff out of the way. So, you get your nap in, Carlos? You've been pushing pretty hard lately. Yep. Right now he's driving 10-speed, I think. He's fixing to go automatic. Good deal on the nap. Well, learn what they got you to learn, man. Now, the key is, Daniel, and it sounds terrible, but it's the honest truth. Unfortunately, I'm an honest person. Most of this stuff that you're learning in class and all that, you're going to forget it once you get on the road after 6 months or so. You'll be saying, why the hell did they teach us that? But you need to use it right now just so that you can learn your vehicle. Oh yeah, gonna be a long night. Mine was a long day, I'm here to tell you. I picked up and scaled out a load that 2 other truck drivers brought back to them yesterday. They couldn't get it legal. And I told the shipper, well, I'm fine with that. That just created me a load today. That's a fact. Mike's telling you the truth there. That did happen. Because I'm the one that brought Mike over here, and they was busting my chops about him. They're like, damn, he can't shift. Well, he shifted good enough to get through the test. And with a little bit of coaching, the same thing I'm telling you is the same thing me and his brother both told him. He's got a brother been driving about as long as I have. The two of us were telling him basically the same thing, and it worked for him. Hold on, I'll be right back with you. Well, we got flash flood watches for over here, and it ain't even raining. Well, that's what that alert was, I heard. Anthony, what's going on, man? That's the truth, Carlos. Well, Daniel, you're putting the you're making this hard on yourself, dude. This little panic worrying stuff. You know what I want to tell you? Put your big boy panties on and just toughen up, Buttercup, and get her done. Get a hold of yourself and say, that's enough. I'm going to do this shit. Quit all the little sissy whining stuff. There's your little bit of hard Papa Joe love for you. Well, I try, Anthony. Cal, what's going on? Oh, you was asking when the video was going to be for a live stream tonight? 35 minutes ago. Oh, that ain't no lie, Marcus. Now, I ain't got a problem with shifting. I got an automatic. But just yesterday or the day before, I was at a place that I go to all the time. Real cool. Well, over there in Louisiana, over in Baton Rouge. And I hit that dock perfect all the time. The other day, I could not get straight with that damn dock for nothing. The old man was just laughing at me. He walked up to the door to harass me, and I said, some days you bag up. Today I can't. And he just started laughing at me. So yeah, it goes like that, seriously. Some of the easiest backups and docks you've been to 1,000,000 times. And you'll be like, oh hell, what's wrong with me? You get mad at yourself. I do. Well, thank you, Anthony. That's the truth. I used to make them mad up there in Illinois. I'm sorry, Columbus, Ohio, Jim Dunn area. I was doing that PetSmart freight. That's where we think we had met before, because he was working the docks inside and I was hauling out of there. But some of them guys up there getting on about, I got 10 years, 20 years, never scratched a trailer. I said, you're lying like hell. Oh no, I haven't. I got so many miles, blah, blah, blah. I said, you're lying. You have scratched, bumped, you've done something, you just didn't get caught and you didn't tell on yourself. So, you know, don't tell me you're a perfect truck driver. Is that what it was, JJ? Appleton, Wisconsin. That's with rail. You're going with rail? I think that's literally how they pronounce it. It looks like roll, but I think they pronounce it rail. Well, cool. Let me know how that goes for you. We're always interested in the good companies. That's something that I would like to be able to spread the word around on here, is who's a good company and who ain't. You don't know how many times I've had people, including the ex-boss of mine, he used to be my boss, that would call me up and start telling me about this company. Oh, this company is great. You need to come over here. It's great. Okay, well, let me know in a few weeks. I'll think about it. 2 weeks later, a month later, 3 months later, they'd be calling me up and telling me what a bad place it is. You're lucky you didn't come over. No, luck didn't have nothing to do with it. I know they're all basically the same. They just spell their names differently. This is one of the better companies I've drove for in all these years. Yeah, well, there you go, Daniel. We're all saying the same thing to you. Guess what, Buttercup? Oh, boy, that's a good-looking little pickup. It was all lit up. Well, that's what you're setting yourself up for, Daniel. You really are. Now, I don't know how old of a feller you are, but this is the lectures I gave my kids when they was getting ready to start in the workforce. And I tell them, you need to quit that stuff about I can't. Can't is nothing but an excuse for failure before you fail. So quit it. Start saying I can. Don't say I can't. Say I can. Carlos, jump in there, jump his butt. William, what's going on? Yeah, you don't want to start me on reefers or on Prime. I drove for them. That's a fact. And Michael was ready to leave and could have left before his 2 years was up. But he stuck out his shit. Damn near his last year he'd been talking to me and stuck it out so he could come to this company. So he had a plan and he stuck to it. Well, you're lucky Carlos ain't been paying attention. He ain't as sweet as I am. And don't get him talking in Mexican. None of us get to understanding. That's a fact, JJ. Everybody needs to take it out of there. Well, I told my kids, I said, I can fly a rocket to the moon. All I got to do is study for it. It's nothing but a big truck. Where's the gear shift? Let me fly that rascal. Oh, yeah. It ain't that bad. Daniel, I read a book once. I was sick and I was quarantined to my house. And I loved reading. I don't hardly read anymore because personal reasons. Because I get into it and I don't get my sleep is what that is. But the last book in the house I'd been dodging was How to Take a Test. I didn't no more want to read that book than The Man in the Moon. Ran out everything else to read. Didn't like watching TV, so I went ahead and started reading that book. And one of the first things they teach you is the reason that you passed or failed test is because of what you're doing right now. It's a fear of the test. You know how to do what you got to do, and that's what they tell us. The book told us is that you know, you studied, you've learned, but now you've got this fear of taking the test, and you're letting that fear take over you. So you're going to fail because you're thinking, I'm a failure. I can't do it. Get rid of that. You know the stuff. Just relax. Calm down. Go do what you got to do. And that's what you have to learn is to calm down, relax, just go do it. Well, that's cool, Kale. Can and will. There you go, Carlos. I hear you, Anthony. He types slow. Don't worry about it. Well, that book taught me that growing up, I barely passed. I never failed a grade, but I was so close. And that book taught me that I had had a learning block when I was going to school. And that learning block was the fear of what was going to happen at home if I failed. After I read that book, now the Marine Corps and everybody else had been trying to get me to go get my GED and all that. I had no interest in it because I knew I was a dummy, you know. After reading that book, I went and did my GED, took a pre-GED test, had to study up on 2 subjects. Then I took my GED test and passed it. Then I decided that I'd get me some college. So I went to college and I got me 34 credit hours, and I made the dean's list and all kinds of silly stuff like that, which don't mean nothing, but it showed me that I was really a smart individual. I was not the dummy that I grew up thinking that I was. Oh, and ever since then, test and all that ain't nothing but a word. It ain't nothing but a word. It ain't nothing but a review of what you've done learned. Oh. Well, Daniel, 52, you ought to be able to get control, brother. So get control. This ain't the first time that you tackled something new in your life. There you go, Carlos. There you go. Uh-oh. Kale, are you fixing to start on Carlos? He done got a nap. He might be a little sharper witted. Better be careful. I done had me some big old pork chops and baked tater that Grandma fixed me the other night. I warmed it up back. I'm just stuffed like a tick. Oh, man. Oh, my. Carlos and JJ, I sent y'all that song this morning. I think I sent it this morning. Might have been middle of the night. Did y'all get to listen to that song? Oh, that's right. Carlos said he spit his coffee out. That's right. That's going to be interesting, C. Hill. Good evening. Hadn't said howdy to you yet, so howdy. I could have swore I sent it to you, JJ. Well, I know I did, because I looked you up specifically. What did you need, Daniel? A little tough love? I had a radio talk show on here. If you go into archive, you'll find it, Nomad Radio. And the theme was no sugar added. I don't like sugarcoat stuff, and as you can see, some of my subscribers don't either. And if you go listen to that Nomad Radio, the voice you hear doing the intro, that's Michael. We thought he had a good voice for it, so he did our intro for us. Matter of fact, he did a commercial for us too for this company. No, I'm a Mountain Dew man. Well, JJ, I don't know why you're not getting the stuff I'm sending you. Must be that Louisiana-Texas border thing. You get stuff from California, but you can't get it from Texas. What's up with that? Carlos, did you see where JJ asked you to send that to him? I don't know why he can't get it from me. Well, there you go, see? Now just blow through the rest of it. Are you saying Carlos is a endorsement for Budweiser? Or is that Jack Daniels? Oh. Well, I hope my AC stuff works back there tonight. I was up 2 or 3 times with it last night. Well, that's cool. They're evasive. Howdy. Welcome to the live stream. Well, that's something else, Kale. We have to all know our strengths and our weaknesses. Oh, I'm hunky dory. Trying to make 2 or 3 of them in here behave. That's a full-time job of a night. Well, thank you for subscribing. Make sure you hit the like button. 15 of you in here and 10 thumbs up. What's up with that? Whoever ain't hit it, please hit it. Thank you. There's still a couple more of you. And if you watch my videos, please hit the like on them and share them on your wall. Share them around. Maybe it'll help some folks. Maybe it'll help my count go up. Wrong kind of bud, Carlos. He's in Louisiana, not California. We'll turn this thing down and see if it'll idle a little smoother on the lower count. Got tired of hearing that pancake on and off, so I just turned it on, which is something truck drivers need to learn doing truck stops. If your fan's kicking on and off every 2 minutes, go ahead and just hit the damn button and turn it on, so people around you trying to sleep don't have to hear it kicking on and off, on and off. Just turn the button on and let it stay on. That's better. It's louder, but at least it's consistent. Now, I'll tell you a pet peeve of mine in truck stops is them backup beepers. Why in the world did they ever put them on a big truck? What is that? Not 3 fat something. I'm just gonna start calling you Nod. I don't know. Some of the names y'all come up with is kind of hard on this old boy. But Nod, I'm in Oklahoma. I'm from Texas. JJ, you just spoke the truth. We know you ain't got that many brain cells. Tanya, what's coming on? What be you doing, child? Well, the hands-on ain't nothing but showing what you learn in the books. Which is what I was saying earlier. You've done studied, you done know the material. Now come out and put practical use to it. Oh, there's Stone. This is gonna pause y'all for a minute. What up, Stone?
What's going on, Papa Joe?
I'm doing a lot. Let me back up a little bit. Well, I don't know who all made it back, but oh, no defeat. Okay. I'm catching up on the comments, don't mind me. And no, when I tried to come back, YouTube had its thing going and it made me fight with it. Stone said to say howdy to everybody. He's driving, so he can't join us. Well, Daniel, I tell you, if you can get in 3 days without panicking, go for it. $30, it's $50 everywhere I've been. Alright, so who's still with me? I got 10 of you, it says. I thought I'd be able to pause it for just a second and tell him to come on the live stream. Well, thank you for sticking it out, Kale. Carlos, thank you. I normally ignore the phone calls, but being Stone, I want to get him over here with us to talk to Daniel and whatnot. Him and Kale's going through the same thing that he went through on his testing. He didn't have problems. Chillicothe, Chili Bowl, I used to go through there a lot. Back when I was doing that PetSmart frame. No, I didn't, Carlos. I stopped here and ate dinner and got this going because it was getting so late. I seen where you sent me the message about it. Oh, and those tag words and stuff. Help me think of a little bit of tag word stuff, phrases I'd put on there. I did do a little bit of that today. Matter of fact, I started one of these. After 2 or 3 minutes, nobody showed up. So I grabbed the tablet and I did 2 or 3, and then I restarted this and everybody came in. So, it is what it is. Cool, thank you, Carlos. Yep. Well, actually, I don't see why you can't get your CDLs in 3 days. If you already passed your permit and you have a decent instructor in a truck, and you spend 8 to 10 hours in that truck in 3 days, you should be able to do all the maneuvers quick, fast, and in a hurry. That's right, Kel. They all have their own little program. Yeah, I get it. Crash course. I got you. Probably. I just drove through there. That was back when I was first starting to get into the chat rooms and stuff they used to have, and there was a lady, I can't think of her name. She drove a black Trans Am. There was a truck stop somewhere there in Chili Bowl I'd stopped at a couple times, and she came pick me up and took me over to her house. We had dinner with her and her brother and all them. There was several people in our chat room that if I had the time to stop, we'd all get together and just shoot the bull around a little fire. Good times, good times. That's a fact, Kale. So what I tell them about going out with a trainer. If you think you're going to go out with that trainer and by some magic he's going to transfer that knowledge into your head without you putting in effort, you're not going to do good. You got to watch him, listen to him, her, whatever. But you got to watch that trainer and listen to that trainer, and you got to put some effort into learning how to shift the gears like he's worried about. Learn how to back up. Don't let them do all of it. So many of the trainers, they don't know how to teach you how to back up, and they don't have the patience. They're in a hurry, and they don't want to let the student back up. How's that helping you? You have to make them let you back up. Make them train you. You're getting paid chump change. They're making a little extra money for training you. Well, get your product. If you go to Dairy Queen and order an ice cream and they give you a half a cone and a half a scoop, are you going to accept that, or are you going to make them give you what you paid for? Same thing with trucking. Make them give what you're paying for. And you are paying for it. What up, Barry? Sally Field. Oh, she's a good actor. Yep, JJ, I'm still gone. That's right, Kale. Ask questions. If you don't understand what they're telling you to do or what they're doing, ask. And if it's one that won't respond and ain't helping you learn, then you need to get another trainer. Don't be afraid to ask for another trainer. If you two ain't clicking and you ain't learning, tell your company, I want a different trainer. I ain't learning nothing with this character. Stand up for yourself. Make them teach you. No, that's BGs, not OGs. I didn't know you was into disco, though. Oh, I didn't tell y'all. Texas. Born and raised in Missouri, but my heart's in Texas. And my house. And my wife. And her two puppy dogs. So I consider myself from Texas. Had a truck that loaded where I loaded today. Down in Freeport, Texas. Now they got him loaded about the time I butted the dock. Now they were pretty quick loaders, 20 to 30 minutes I was loaded. I come back out, I did my paperwork. The guy had barely pulled up, had closed the doors and all that. I follow him out the gate. He gasses on him, gets ahead of me, I don't care. We go about 15 miles down the road to a Love's. I catch up to him just as we're getting there. Get off on the feeder road. He did fine. Then you got to get off on another road to circle back around the top to the Love's. He missed it. I hit it. I circled around, long drawn out ramp. He went underneath the interstate down to where there's a real sharp U-turn. He tried to make that car U-turn. and put his trailer in the ditch and got stuck. I'm like, oh my goodness. No, I did not go help him. Oh, the Bee Gees. I go home every weekend, Daniel. Been there, William. Been there. I'll tell you something else. You couldn't stay in your truck, chalk both tires, disconnect your red. Now, I'm figuring this is going to be a pain. You don't know how I smoke. Walked back there and they had two break rooms, one for smoking and one for not. Guess which one I was in? I only had 2 or 3 cigarettes and they was calling me back up front. I couldn't believe that. Oh, goodness. So should I go to bed, just let y'all tell jokes? Well, thank you, Frank. And a happy Thursday to you, what's left of it. Y'all mind if I eat a banana? Do you know the proper way to open a banana? Most people open it from that end. It's easier to open it from this end. Just pop that in right up there. The other end, I watch people fight with this damn thing. You know how I learned that? Watching National Geographic. That's how the gorillas open it, from the opposite end. Well, supposedly, but collecting detention time, it's a whole different animal. Now, do you drive, Anthony? Taking insulin shots? Do you drive? I thought that was a disqualifier. Well, you don't have to, but the smart driver will get as many miles in as he can of a day. Now, I'm done for the day. I shot out my time. I could have took my 30-minute break here. That would have left me about 45 minutes to drive, which would have even got me, would not have even got me across the turnpike. There's absolutely nothing there. So I stopped here, and I'll get up in the morning, and 3+ hours later, I'll be at the yard, which is going to leave me just a little bit shy of enough time to get home. So I'll get home Saturday morning this week. Well, Evasive, go into my libraries playlist, I guess they call it, and look at the Want to Be a Trucker videos. There's over 100 of them. It'll give you something to do. Oh, that's terrible. Well, if you're of a mind, look at the simple Word of God. You get some preaching videos. Exactly, William. That's why, like on the routes that I run, I got a real good idea of where to stop and where I'm going to find parking. This ain't no Flying J here. Yep. Oh, probably Monday. I don't know what I'm taking back down, but more than likely it'll be one of our brake drum loads, and I won't leave it out until Monday morning. Unless he's got some kind of crazy backhaul, which I doubt. No. Oh, that wind's starting to kick up here. Temperature's starting to drop. Wonder if we're gonna get a little weather. That might be that thunderstorm warning they was talking about. I've been driving in and out of rain all day. More out than in, but Key, what's going on? All right, Carlos, take care, brother. I'll tell her that, Barry. Ain't gonna be too much longer, and I'm gonna be putting my pretty self to bed. I gotta get my beauty rest to keep up these looks. They are a lot harder. That's how I finally got my wife where she was backing this truck up. She was letting it intimidate her. And she's a Texas ranch gal. And I asked her, I said, now you was telling me you backed up trailers. They moved cows, horses, rode horses to round up the cows. I mean, she was a regular rancher gal. And I got to ask her what all trailers she backed up. And I told her, I said, you stop and think about it a minute. Next time you go backing up, I said, you can control that trailer a hell of a lot easier than you can control any of them trailers you grew up backing up. Now, how come you could back up the hard ones, but you can't back up the easy ones? She got back up in the truck, sat there for a couple minutes, a few seconds, whatever. And when she started backing up, she started doing it right. It clicked. That's the whole thing. It's got to click. You know, if you understand backing up one of them little trailers, well, the fundamentals are the same. And if you had that bumper trailer or whatever, it was hard to control. This is the same thing, man, only it's easier to control. Me and my boys, they'd come over to the house. Now, they grew up riding in a truck. They didn't ever drive, but they grew up riding in it. But they'd come over to my house, would barbecue, be playing around and stuff. I got a little trailer that goes behind my lawnmower. And I'd put that trailer on that lawnmower. Now, they're grown men. They've got their own houses and stuff. They just came over to barbecue and kill time with Dad and Mom. I'd put that trailer on that lawnmower, and we would set up areas, and we would have contests on that lawnmower backing that thing up. Now, you talk about hard to back up. I back up for a living. Them little rascals are hard to back up. Well, we would play games like that, and we just played games. That made them boys damn good at backing up a trailer. Well, now you hook a trailer behind one of their vehicles and they back it right on up. It was all in a game, you know. They didn't even realize at that time that they was learning. Now, if I tried to make it a class or a lesson, they wouldn't have wanted to do it. But making it fun, that's like when I taught them how to shoot. I taught them proper range safety and etiquette by setting an example. You know, these are the rules that we're going to be shooting by. And we would shoot as fun. I wasn't trying to teach them how to shoot. I was trying to teach them to be safe. The shooting was the fun part. Now they're all damn good shots too. They take your eye out at a pretty good distance. It's all in how you deliver it. So it's the same thing for you, Daniel. How are you going to look at your training and this backing up? You going to make it a game? You going to make it fun? Or are you going to make it hard on yourself? I vote for fun. Fun's always good. Oh, he's terrible about that, JJ. Pops in, makes one or two liners, and he gets distracted. Look, something shiny. And he's lost. No, he got distracted again. He gone. Well, if you got the money, Marcos, I'll talk about it. Well, he ain't going to just come into it and make big money. If he comes into it with a plan, he can make some damn good money. But he's got to pay his dues first. You know, he's got to get out here and learn how to do it. He's got to learn how the system works. He's got to make some connections. Your big money is going to be an owner-operator where you're set up was to, as an in-house carrier for somebody and running their freight. We'll use, for example, he gets somebody in Dallas and he runs their freight to Miami. Then he's got someone in the Miami area that wants him to run freight to Fort Worth. Well, that's where your money is getting your right setup. And if you're an in-house carrier, as an owner-operator, you cut out your brokers, you cut out the company, so there's two middlemen right there that like to grab a piece of that pie. Well, you take their pie back. You keep it in your pocket. That's your big money. The problem out here is most people, owner-operators, don't do that. What they do is they're going to lease on with Prime or with Landstar or whoever, and they're going to let them find them a load and keep 15 to 30% of the load. Why? With modern technology, I know people that has the laptop set up over there for 20 bucks a month or whatever it costs. They can get on the same load board that these companies are on. You set your perimeters up, and when a load comes up, you can have it come right to your phone or whatever. You can do the same thing driving down the road that these companies do, that is taking 15 to 30% of your money, and put that 15 to 30% in your pocket. If you take it back from somebody else, guess what? Now that's pure profit. So you're making the money that them companies would have paid you, plus you're making their money. That's how you make big money in trucking. Well, Cal, it's a matter of how long the tongue is on it. The tongue between your bumper and the tires is what dictates how fast it reacts. And with these trucks, you got over 40 foot. You got damn near 43 to 48 foot distance, so that makes it react slower. So if you learn the concepts, watch my videos on backing up. And I tell you to, in your mind, put your butt on top of that trailer. Forget about the steer tires. Your drive tires back here are now your steer tires. That whole trailer is one vehicle, just like your car. Now, back that trailer into that hole like you would back your car into it. Don't worry about these original steer tires. They'll take care of themselves as long as you make sure they don't hit nothing. That's your easiest way to back up. If you can put that in your mind, that's how you back up. Do ballpark figures. Evasive, it all depends upon who you're driving for and your driving habits. If I make less than 800 a month or 800 a week, I'm mad. It's been a bad week. There's others, if they make 800 a week, they're tickled to death. It's been a good week. So it all depends upon your definition of what's good money, and it depends upon how you're set up for your trucking. Howdy, Minnesota. Is the time to vacation while trucking? What do you mean? Yeah, you get vacation time with most companies. 1 week for your first year, or maybe your first 2 years, then 2 weeks after you've been there 2 or 3 years. All depends upon the company. And your pay for vacation is going to be different. I don't agree with how they do it at this company. They pay us a flat salary for our vacation. Or flat fee, whatever you want to call it. I've been with companies that they average what you've made the previous year, and that's what they give you, or they average out the year what you've made per week, and that's what they pay you. That's the fair way to do it. Walmart sucks, man. We all hate Walmart. Michael, welcome back. Yeah, I hear you. You're getting old. You have issues. Well, some plan it out. And some companies will let you just take your vacation time at certain points. And some of them will let your spouse or whoever ride with you. Some got good rider policies, some don't. If you live on the East Coast and you want to take your vacation in California, then talk to your dispatcher, your company. It ain't a big deal or unusual for them to let you take your week vacation in California or in another place. That ain't a big deal and ain't uncommon. Well, you'll find out most truck drivers do not like Walmart DCs. That's a bad word to us. I cuss them regularly. Luckily, this company don't go to them very often. Walmart's notorious. They have a reputation. You ask any driver and they'll tell you, you go to Walmart, you're going to be there at least 4 hours. 4 hours. If you're less than 4 hours, you're damn lucky. Well, don't think that it's nothing but fun and games out here. It don't work that way. Don't work that way at all. Now, if you're a road driver like Michael, he's fixing to have to take a 34 somewhere. If your company's cool, they'll let you pick and choose where you do your 34. Michael does to a degree. I do mine at home. So yeah, he can have a 34 off, say in Denver. And that's where he can take it 34, and he can go get a Uber car, whatever, a rental car. He could go do something. What you're going to find out on them 34s, that time between loads you're talking about, well, if it's in between loads, you're going to be sitting in a truck waiting on that load. If they tell you you're going to pick up in 2 days over here, you're going to find out on your 34s and stuff, you're going to be sleeping, you're going to be doing your laundry, you're going to be trying to go grocery shopping. That's where your 34 is, not out playing. Playing don't happen much out here, I tell you that now. And it ain't like they're going to send you to LA and you say, oh, well, I want 2 days off out here. It ain't going to happen. They want that truck to roll. If that truck ain't rolling, it ain't paying for itself. These things are very expensive. They don't want them sit. Too much information, Michael. I don't have a clue, Cal. I've never played them. Who's in the passenger seat? I'm not. I'm in the driver's seat. Everything's reversed on the camera when it comes over to you. No, here's my steering wheel right here. And I'm not in England. Annette, what's going on? Well, the way that works, JJ, is if you've been relieved of the responsibility of that truck. So if we're talking about doing vacation time, you're free of the truck once you get to where you want to go, so to speak. This company's done it with me, where Grandma jumped in here with me, and we went to Georgia and took 2 or 3 days off in Georgia. You know, it wasn't a big deal. I've got some videos about safety in your truck and stuff. Go watch my videos. The biggest thing is be aware of your surroundings. It ain't no different than walking around in the city. Be aware of your surroundings. If you're a woman out here, yeah, you damn sure need to take a few extra precautions. You need to try to park in safe areas for damn sure, whoever you are. But don't put yourself in a bad situation. And I don't know the circumstances surrounding her. I hadn't heard about it. But there will be times where, well, when I can, I call the shipper or receiver I'm going to, find out if they have parking there, and I'll ask them point blank, is it a safe area? And I've been known to have to park 2 hours away and take my 10-hour break or spend the night and drive in and fight the traffic to get to my shipper or receiver because I wanted to be safe. There's some places I don't want to spend the night. Baton Rouge, New Orleans is one of them. That's why last week, if you watched the videos, I was doing some hustling to get down with New Orleans to get out of there. So you got to know your surroundings, and you got to put yourself in a safe spot. Oh, not a problem, Gail. I just throw stuff out there. Y'all ask and I give you my opinion. That's a fact, Michael. Well, there's a lot more than that, Fred. Some of the stuff I've heard that they've used to get drivers out of their truck to go to the back. Real simple. Don't park on the back row. And if they tell you someone's doing that shit, say, all right, grab your phone. I'll call 911. And call them. Don't be gullible. Have your street smarts on overdrive. Good night, Daniel. Good luck, man. Well, I hope you did pull it out and shake the shit out of your eyes. No, I do not. William, I don't watch other YouTubers. Trucker or otherwise. I do watch America's Got Talent, Britain's Got Talent, stuff like that. I like watching those. And then I get into my music stuff once in a while. Well, me either, Minnesota. You know, I like people talking about carrying a gun and stuff out here. I ain't never carried one, don't plan on it. I put myself in a safe situation. I'm aware of my surroundings at all times. That's why when I'm doing these videos, if you notice, I'm still always looking and watching. I watch these mirrors, see who's walking up. You know? Well, thank you, Daniel. You have a good night too, man. God bless. Yeah, someone else said that a while ago. But whoever the Browns are beat somebody else. I don't do sports. Ain't got time for it. Oh, if I ever feel the need, I'm well protected. And if I need it, I ain't gonna worry about a license. It ain't a matter of whether I like New Orleans or not. New Orleans is not safe. They proved that time and again, just like Chicago. Chicago is not safe. Now, once again, be aware of your surroundings. Don't be naive. Anybody go try to tell me that New Orleans is safe, I'm going to know that they don't live in the real world. Oh, Chicago's safe. Right. That's why they got the highest death rate in the country. So it ain't a matter if I like them or not. I like breathing. I don't want to be a statistic on the news. That'd be about like sleeping downtown Atlanta. There you go. That's another one. West Memphis. We used to literally say about West Memphis, you can get anything you want there and some things you don't, including dead. And we wasn't joking. Hell, you got cops on the CB trying to sell you dope. Worse yet, you got some drivers wanting to buy it. My buddy Porkchop had told me a story about West Memphis. Now, I thought it was just a trucker tale. Then when I went doing the rock and roll circuit, he passed away just as we was getting ready to go do rock and roll. He had a heart attack. But I met some of his old cronies, and damned if they didn't start telling me that story too. I was like, oh boy. Yep. Yep. Leave your doors locked and your window up and just shake your head no. That's how you handle lot lizards. Had some coming to my truck last night. I was on live tube for a live stream when one of them came up. No. She was asking something, I barely put it down and say, what? You seen the driver that? Nope. I'm doing a live stream later. Well, Keystone, they ain't really selling it. They're advertising for it. And then they bust your ass. My buddy Porkchop bought an 8-ball from one of them. And as he was going back to his truck, he passed it off to another driver. They was all doing the rock and roll circuit. So Porkchop gets in his truck, goes to leave, and they watched him, and they know he went from the dealer to the truck. He gets in his truck and leaves, and he ain't 2 miles down the road, and they got him on the side of the road. And they're searching his truck. They can't find the 8-ball. They didn't realize he had passed it off. The other trucks drove right on by while he was getting searched. They stopped down the road to wait on him at the old TA down there outside of town. What is it, 20, 30 miles that old TA? They all hooked up. Now they had him an 8-ball for the week. Cops were mad. They tore his truck apart, but they couldn't find it. Now, he had told me that story, and like I said, I thought it was a crock of bull. Then when I met some of the others, which one of them was my boss, they got telling me that same story that they had done. And 2 of them had actually been there when it happened, was in on it. Now, he got some brass ones to pull that one off. Depends upon where you're at in Detroit, but it ain't good either. I don't secure my door with a seatbelt. I hit the lock button, and it's locked. These new plastic Peterbilts, they don't have hand bars out there, so it ain't easy for them to stand on the stairs or anything else. Yep. Well, back in the day, some of them did. I don't think too many do anymore. You can't afford it. With all the this test and hair test, and you can't afford it. That will ruin your career. Way back then, people was doing pills and a little bit of chicken feed, and it wasn't that big of a deal because they didn't have all the modern technology. So just go figure. Well, folks, I'm going to give it 5 more minutes. That's going to make a 2-hour live stream. I think that's pretty dadgum long. I doubt if too many's going to watch this whole thing tomorrow. And don't get out of your hair. Yeah, he's rolling. Hey, he's telling you the same thing that me and Lone Wolf was talking about. The politics and the backstabbing. Somebody had flats or we were trying to put plugs in a couple of tires in the back of a pickup. Oh goodness. Damn, it's after 11 o'clock. I probably will, Kel. I'm not going to make it home, so I'll probably do one tomorrow night. Good night. All right, Fred, be careful. Good night. Highway Nomad, howdy. Didn't see you in here. Good night to you. Good night, Annette. Michael, night. Probably talk to you sometime tomorrow. Whether you like it or not. Well, the money out here, Evasive, is going to be determined by you. If you're just going to be a steering wheel holder for one of the big companies, you'll make a living. If you want to hustle, then you'd make a little better than a living. Well, thank you, Keystone. Trap, take it easy. Jose, you're coming in as we're leaving, dude. Been on for 2 hours. Where you been? Mike can handle it. He's a big boy. Literally. Yeah, I do. I like the 70s and 80s music. I understand, Jose. Warwick, what's going on, brother? You came on as we're getting ready to leave too. 2 hours of this and you're just now showing up. Right there, just clicked on 2 hours worth. I grew up listening to different kinds of country music. No, thank you, Trap. I understand, Warwick. Hell is middle of the day over there. Yep, archives are good. Yeah, and it's almost midnight here, 11:24 p.m. You're already into Friday. We're just starting to think about it. Actually, I think you go to bed. You need to go mow your grass or something. Oh, speaking of that, Warwick, I seen a load of lumber out of Australia today. First time I'd seen that, but it was plainly marked lumber from Australia. Decent looking wood from what I could see off the side as it flew by me. I understand, Jose. You just didn't want to come play tonight. I got you. Well, what we call white pine over here is what it looks like, which is one of our common woods. I didn't know if it was going to be a specialty wood or what. I mean, to ship it from Australia to here, that can get pretty expensive. Trap, you would not like my opinion of Islam. Trust me. Now, I don't care if students pray or not, but no, we would not stop the truck 5 times and let them do their thing. No, that would not happen. This is a business. Oh, you just stop with Islam stuff. It ain't gonna go here, not with me. And I'm being polite about it. You got to do it right. You got a long ways to go, Evasive. I mean, a long ways to go. Movie night at the ranch house. I hear you, bro. You have popcorn? Are you literally a ranch hand, Jose? My uncle used to do that out in Montana or somewhere. He'd come back and visit us every 2 or 3 years. Stew and beer. Antelope stew. That's cool. They had a show on here a little while back. They were showing different ranches. Can't remember the name of it. The Last American Cowboy or something, I forget. It's quite interesting. The rich guy that they showed, he was out rounding up cows with a helicopter. Crazy. Been there and done the hitchhiking myself, but that was back in the early 70s. Why in the world do I want to stay up till midnight? I need to get up and be rolling by 6:30 or so. Ah, I hear you, Warwick. Well, they still had people out there on four-wheelers and horses and everything else. But the main roundup was done with the helicopter. Well, and also when they had fires and stuff, he used his helicopter and he had a bucket underneath it. And he'd go by the different cow ponds and stuff and dip up water and take it over to the fire and dump it. It was cool. They was having a barbecue or something when the alarm went off. Oh. You was waiting for what? Evasive? See, y'all was being lazy too, weren't you? I watched a, damn it, what do you call it? Can't think of what you call it right now. Well, one of the educational things. Well, hell, you sent it to me about the long trains and all that stuff. I think you sent me that. It was quite interesting. I read the King James, but I read it in the easy reading. I can't think of the right name of it right now. I'm getting brain dead, folks. I'm tired. Well, you're talking about making 500 to 650 a week where you're at. You should be able to do that fairly easy out here. But what you've got to consider is right now the 500 to 650 you're making there, you don't have near the road cost that we have out here. If you take it easy and try to pinch dollars, you're still going to cost $100 a week minimum, and that takes practice. So you might as well figure it's going to cost you 150 plus a week just to survive out here. So now you take that away from that money. Now that 650 turned into the 5. So, and you have to learn how to make the money. I'm fixing to, Warwick. Uh-huh. Alright, folks, I am going to get off of here. Been a long day already. Thank y'all for coming in. I really appreciate it. Hit the like button and all that stuff. Share with whoever you can share with. Help me spread the word of my channel. Carlos is working on the Facebook, so go to Simple Living with Papa Joe on the Facebook. There's also a Patreon page. If you go to the About on any of them, there should be links sending you to the other places. Save you looking for them. Patreon page, I believe my son still got some t-shirts up there if y'all want a t-shirt. All that good stuff. There's links where if you want to help support the channel, you can throw a couple bucks towards the channel. That's always appreciated. Mostly, you're appreciated. Thanks a lot, folks. Y'all remember, good Lord love you. So do I. Y'all have a blessed evening now. Thanks for joining me. Almost 2 hours and 15 minutes.